If you're joining a program, you shouldn't just be happy to participate. That's the lowest level. We need to expect more of ourselves. Why can't you come into a program and crush it? Say, I'm going to be the best member possible.
And that lets you save. Okay.
Welcome to a brand new edition of Ageless Energy, where we talk about how to burn fat, increase energy, and balance hormones for women over 40. Over the past 20 years as a performance coach, I've worked with hundreds of women that have the exact same struggles you do. I hope to shine some light with this podcast on what can be the most challenging time of your life and let you know there is hope to find success with your health and what you're looking for. Please share and enjoy. All right, let's get things going with our Ageless Energy Podcast. Welcome. Our demographic is women 40 plus. We're looking to gain energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. Sometimes we have some outliers. We have some men that jump in. Everybody's welcome, but that's who we usually work with. I enjoy audio podcasts because I could be driving or it could be running. And I feel like if I'm sitting in front of my computer, in those cases, I'm doing something. So audio only is nice to listen to while you're multitasking, which isn't always the best idea. But at any rate, I'm excited. Today, we're kicking off a 14-day challenge. It's been a good game because we launched a new branch of our VIP membership. Our regular membership is premium one-on-one coaching. The VIP is group coaching, less intensive, less like one-on-one. Some people don't need the direct one-on-one stuff. Some people like the group aspect, and then it's more economical to be 100% transparent because there's less time from us. I'm going to talk about our 14-day challenge kicking off here, and then so that's different. That's going to be different. I don't want to confuse you. So that's pretty much over. We're wrapping up the final early bird people that were kind of interested in signing up. We had a bunch of signups. Super grateful for our team. We recently brought on Brienne to help us. She's been with us for a long time. She's been through our different programs. She went to the MAP program, saw amazing results, and wanted to work with us. Laura takes our onboarding calls, booking and taking calls, getting people settled. Nick's amazing. We have a small team, but are mighty. We accomplish a lot. We work hard, fast, and make quick decisions. That's how we've been able to grow to the place we're at in such a short time from when we kind of started changing things around a bit. And we're always adjusting and growing in different ways. So definitely couldn't do that without team and incredible members and support from our community and those that are interested in trying new things from what we do. So at any rate, so that's the masterclass where we launched that. So if you want that, just comment. And if you haven't watched that, you can send that. I think that went well. A lot of good feedback, a lot of good information. We talked about our launch at the end. Comments coming in. I'll address comments after. If you have comments, we'll come back and make sure we get those answered. So the 14-day challenge is a little different. So I'm just going to, I'm not sure if Nick's going to edit this out when we go on as a podcast, but we're going to have people jumping in here. And so I'm going to be slightly interrupted as I let them come in. So that was the masterclass and early bird launch, right? We're going to kick off a 14-day challenge. So at any rate, I'm going to carry on and we'll be able to share this replay afterwards. Last minute decisions. Rarely, I have this like a bit of a complex with making last minute decisions. Like those of you that know Nick, he does a lot of work for us on the back end, and he does so much for us. I'm super grateful. He builds workflows and processes, which are amazing because I have no idea how to do them. He doesn't complain, but I always change things at the last minute. If you're not on our text list, you can be on our text list, and we send reminders of, just for example, we try not to be spammy, of course, but we have MCT oil. That was our featured product this month, and we had that discounted. So we send out a text message that says, last chance to grab your discounted MCT oil if you're interested. And he says, join us on the Facebook group for a live. Last minute, I'm like, I don't want to go live. I want to do Zoom to share my screen. I'm working on the ability to share through Facebook. Facebook make some changes, and I have never learned how to do that yet, which is another process. So at any rate, I always change things last minute, and he's pretty awesome. So I don't really have to worry about him getting upset, but I'm sure it's a bit frustrating when he builds something out and then I change it. So I was talking about the 14-day challenge and changing things at the last minute. I'm going to share my screen and show you. We're also working on a new platform, School. Like I've showed that a couple times, and we have our new VIP members that are working with that as well. And so far the feedback has been great. Super excited about that. If you guys are interested in the 14-day challenge, what we're going to do is put together workouts, and we're going to put together meal plans and support. So we'll give you an opportunity to give that a shot. Some people have tried it before. Some people, they'll be brand new, but I feel like this is a good time for a reset. We used to do detoxes in September. We're super busy with our launch, so there's no way we could have done two. We've been doing detoxes for years, but we've had a handful of our members reach out and say, hey, I would like the detox. I'd like the detox menu. Summer's a tough time and a lot of struggle to stay on track. We usually do a sugar detox at this time because we need a reset and we need to refresh and get things kicked off and started. But so that's why we decided to launch in September, is to give it another option or something different. So we're hoping that this will offer some motivation, some inspiration for you guys to get back on track, have support. A lot of times people don't have support, or they're not really sure where to go or where to start. And it's a challenge with all the barbecues, drinks, and marshmallows. So no judgment, but that's just how it goes. So we prepped our members going into summer. That's all we talked about, was doing your best to stay on track and not gaining a bunch of weight during summer, because when September hits, that's our busiest time. And a lot of people have to start all over. So that's definitely a challenge. I'll tell you the story. Dorothy told me she was doing a workout and someone came up to her and said, oh my God, you're in really good shape and you run so well. And she's like, of course, everyone likes a compliment, but Dorothy was never an athlete, and she didn't grow up on sports teams and didn't do much. She dabbled in running and got into workouts and more running. So she didn't have that history of whether it's running or playing on athletic teams. When she first started running, she thought she had asthma. She said, I think there's something wrong with my lungs. Should I go see a doctor? You're out of shape. This is a true story. She could hardly run 10 minutes. That's where she started. And everyone thinks because we run a fitness business or because she's doing marathons, she's doing something amazing. Right now, I don't even know, I should know, but she's run a race for almost a year and a half. For the last 6 months, she ran a half marathon, which is amazing. And everyone thinks that came naturally. These things don't come naturally. It's the same thing with working out. If you start working out, that's what she used to do. And we were actually just talking about this morning, which is nice that I can share that with you now, but she would run in the summertime because it was nice out. So she'd only run in the summertime, then in the wintertime she wouldn't run. And then she had to start all over again. She would still do resistance training and stuff, but then she had to start all over again. And then she'd feel out of shape or she wasn't a good runner, etc. This went on for a number of years. And then she started doing runs in the winter when before she had the mindset of, I'm not doing any winter runs. It's too cold out. So it was just a slow progress. And then you see someone looking at her and they're like, oh my gosh, you're in good shape. You're such a great runner. And she's like, well, this took years. It's the same with working out. People that come to us that it's the same way. Like they kind of start a little bit and then they get into a rhythm, then they fall off. Then whatever, there's no judgment. Life gets in the way. We come up with excuses. I don't like the 21-day fix, not us. I honestly, I don't even like 6 months type of programs. It's just we see incredible results from our clients, usually early on, but from month 3 to 6, you hit mainstream. But you have the limiting mindset of people that are like, oh, I'm only going to sign up for 6 months. So then they mentally have a block. And then they're like, I'm going to go off and do it on my own. These are air quotes. The same process happens without extra support and tools that make it easier to stay on track. It was the same with Dorothy starting out. And let me tell you another story. Hopefully she doesn't listen to this. If you have comments below, you're more than welcome. But we have Colleen just jumped on board with our VIP. So did Rhonda, and Sharon's here. Teresa has seen amazing results. Congrats, Teresa. You're looking, and I heard you're feeling fantastic. Sheila's here, and Sharon's one of our premium members. My mom's there too. Good morning, Mom. How are you?
Morning.
Dorothy started doing healthy baking. She didn't always bake. She wasn't always a baker, but she baked She bakes and cooks amazing now. But when she started, she would try a healthy recipe. And then the whole day, if it didn't turn out, the whole day would be ruined. It was so funny. And then she started making, this was a number of years, and then she started making sourdough bread. Or she was like, I'm going to make sourdough bread. And I was like, I don't want the whole day to be ruined if your sourdough doesn't work out. But I don't know how she did it, because I heard sourdough is particularly challenging to make work, but she makes it work almost every time. So we're fortunate with that. That goes back to my point of it takes time to get good at something. I did a group coaching call in our private membership, and I talked about embracing the suck. And those of you that are new members, so when we start working with clients, we talk about meal prepping. So you have someone that new comes in and they try meal prep. They haven't really meal prepped, or they tried a couple times. This isn't everyone. This is just a generalization. But then they start to meal prep, or they try to start preparing food, and they're like, I'm terrible at this. And then they just quit and give up. They're just like, not for me. And I'm like, of course, you've tried 3 times. But it's the same with workouts. Like we hear people that are like, I'm like not really good at workouts. I'm not that mobile. They're really challenging for me. And I'm like, well, how long have you been working out? And they're like, 2 weeks. This actually happened to me when I was a personal trainer at a gym. I was working with someone and they lost a couple pounds, and it was a short amount of time. It was like 2 or 3 weeks. And they were upset. They're like, Drew, I've been putting in all this work and I've only lost a few pounds. And I'm like, how long have you been working on gaining weight before you came to me? And she's like, I don't know, 20 years. And I was like, so 3 weeks later, you expect to see all the results after the last 20 years of nothing? And she's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll wait a bit longer. But that's the thing. We want instant gratification and instant results. I try to teach people understand that nothing short-term is going to last. If you want something to last, and that's what we hear of women around 40 plus, is that they've tried a number of diet types of programs, and they've tried, like, it seems like everyone's tried Weight Watchers. Everyone's tried these, like keto. If they're really hard, I don't think they're meant for long-term. People see short-term results and gain everything back. That's a challenge in health and wellness. We don't have anyone teaching us the longevity of being healthy and all the benefits that come along with it, which is completely different. Like I could teach you guys, like we could have a program like everyone else. I could teach people how to lose weight in 6 weeks or gain it all back. Put your body in starvation mode, calorie deplete, overhydrate, then dehydrate. We've done that. That's called the fitness competition. Is not meant, like that is meant for people to walk on stage and look great for either one day or a few hours. But like we as general society, we're like, okay, I could do that. Like we look at people at fitness magazines and have no idea what they put their bodies through. And they're like usually if it's not like for a fitness magazine, if it's not photoshopped, they at the very least have put their body through a large amount of stress to look like that. They don't walk around like that. It's very rare. Well, we don't see that and we don't know that. Like we don't see that that's a short-term actions that they've taken to have a short-term result. And then after their photo shoot, they probably walk around 5 to 10 pounds heavier. You see that all the time. I'm not going to want a full rant because I did that about keto, carnivore not too long ago. But these posts about gummies coming up every once in a while. And it drives me bonkers. Like it is such a lie. And like, so people say, like they'll put up a post that says, lost 20 pounds on gummies. Anyone else interested? And I'm like, no, you didn't. That's a lie. If that's all you did, everyone would be eating gummies. And it drives me crazy because it ruins the perspective of the whole wellness industry. Then other people come to me when we actually care about our clients. They want you to see long-term results. The average person will lump us into everyone else. They're like, oh, you sell magnesium? I tried gummies. Probably the same thing. Or they're like, oh, workouts and nutrition? Yeah, I tried keto. The same. Like, didn't work for me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not even close. But they don't know those types of comments skew the whole mindset of our industry. And I just feel like we shouldn't be posting that kind of stuff, in my opinion. Okay. Oh, I had a comment here. Rhonda says, yes, I get that because I was in that vote. I did a 14-day challenge and then was thinking I can't afford it. Then I thought I would try the keto plan. It didn't work. But then this VIP program came up and I jumped on because I know Drew and Dorothy are great coaches. Thankful for this VIP program. You're welcome, Rhonda. We're excited to have you in and work with you as well. One of the biggest challenges we see is the self-sabotage aspect when we are either working with people or people are thinking about working with us. And it's a real thing. I did a live group coaching call for our team. So I talked about how I was accepted. I never applied for anything like this before. It's a big group, big name people. I've been following them for a while. Super successful. They said, we'll take 100 people, thousands applied. And I was like what? Like they wanted a video. There's like a 20 question questionnaire. And I'm like, what are the chances? I'll just do it. It ended up getting accepted. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I get picked? But that's self-doubt. and self-sabotage. At first I was like, well, maybe I'll participate. Then I like shook my head a little bit and I'm like, participate? I'm in this to win it, going full tilt. Life has been extra crazy because that started a week ago. I want to do amazing. The self-sabotage creeps in. It's like, I'll just participate. Like, what do you mean just participate? If you're joining a program, you shouldn't just be happy to participate. That's the lowest level. We need to expect more of ourselves. Why can't you come into a program and crush it? Say, I'm going to be the best member client possible. I'm going to contribute. I'm going to do all the things. So I'm talking about the self-sabotage of so many things that go on in our mind. I'm not good enough. I can't afford it. I don't have time. I get this one. Oh, I've done something similar. Doesn't work. Or I've tried everything. And I'm like, well, you haven't tried us. In a different group, I went to this mastermind, all online coaches. There's 100 of us. I went to Nashville, the millionaire mastermind, super successful online fitness business coaches. And every single one offered something different. On the surface, that's nutrition, fitness, and support. But that's just surface level. Those that don't understand how many levels there are to fitness, like coaching have different philosophies. They have different mindset. They have different deliverables, different ways of coaching, different types of workouts, different nutrition plans. And like there were so many, I was blown away. Then we have people that come and they're like, oh, I've tried that before. It doesn't work. It's hard to explain. That's a form of self-sabotage. For you to understand that there are ways to get around and work through your self-sabotage. Just like for me, it was like a different mindset. I was like, had to kind of shake my head. First of all, I didn't feel like we're worthy, right? I'm like, these guys are ultra successful. I dreamed about being in a world like this. It's like a goal for me. These guys are making, and it's not just about finances. They've put in a lot of time and effort. It's amazing how hard they work and how much they care about their clients. These guys are making $100,000 to $1 million a month. For a lot of people, that's a hard concept. For me, I was like, why do I deserve to be in this room? That's just self-doubt and self-sabotage. So you have to push that aside. I've been doing this for over 10 years and I'm grinding. It's not like I was given this as a silver spoon or anything in my lap. You have to rationalize. You deserve to be fit, healthy, and happy. Why don't you deserve that? There's a number of different levels to work through. When it comes to self-sabotage, I just had a conversation with one of our one-on-one clients of being able to see results and then reverting back. And that's a vicious cycle we have to break. It's the action steps we take that help us see results. And then it's the action steps we take or don't take that turns to revert back to those results that we found in the first place. So that's the challenge of working through those obstacles that reoccur. Like we're very consistent in a lot of things, right? Like a lot of people, they're very consistent in sitting, getting home from work, being exhausted, maybe cracking open a drink and then scrolling on their phone or watching Netflix for the rest of the night. That's consistency. There's nothing, I don't have judgment. I don't have anything wrong with that. That's not how I want to live, but you have to look at someone that wants to live a healthier lifestyle and be more active. So instead of being exhausted after work, you would nutritionize your body differently. So you would have fuel and energy, but also a different activity in the evening. Maybe it's going for a walk, or that's when your workout is. Or maybe you've joined some type of healthier community not healthier community, but like active type of community of a hobby that interests you. We have to understand that in most cases, it's a lack of action that we're taking to see results. So we need to do better or change those actions if we want different results. And that's the biggest thing for me. It was super eye opening because you got to take your own advice, right? It's easy to give advice, but can you take advice? A lot of people can't take advice. And those types of people, they're not coachable, they're not ready to be coached. I'll be transparent. I've never liked coach. I never really liked coaches. You know what I'm talking about, Mom? I've never really liked authoritative type of figures because I don't like it when people tell me what to do. A lot of people are in that boat, but for years, I've never didn't find coaching. And I would say, I'll just figure it out myself. And maybe probably 8 years, I struggled to figure it out myself. And same thing in the fitness industry, right? Like, I'll just do it myself. But I was like that. But then when I started to hire coaches, I've invested thousands and thousands of dollars in a very short time for coaching. And it changed our entire business. And financially, it changed our life as well. Because I was willing to invest, which I wasn't before. And I also wasn't willing to be coached. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to be coached and make changes? Some people aren't, and that's okay. We try to ask questions and we have a bit of an application process. Like we don't want just everyone coming in and fighting with them to make a change. When I start working with clients, I say, if you make a small change, you will see small results. That's just facts. You can decide how many adjustments you're willing to take in your life. And if you're willing to take bigger steps or make bigger adjustments, you'll see bigger results. The problem is the expectations and managing that mindset. Like, for example, if you have someone coming into a program and they're willing to take a small amount, like very small steps, like, oh, maybe I'll just try this instead of jumping in full on with the meal plan. Maybe I'll just try this meal plan, or maybe I'll just try a workout instead of getting all the workouts in. That type of person is going to see a small amount of results, but the expectation, so your expectations have to meet your actions. So if you're only going to dabble, you're only going to see a small amount of results. And if you're okay with that, great, then be okay with it. But if you want to see a large number of results, like a massive change in your life, a result, you have to take a massive change. Like, so for me, for example, hopefully these examples help. Before, we used to get about 4 a.m. before our little guy, and he's almost 3 now. Kind of crazy to even say it. Oh, he changed our life for the better. He's good at a lot of things. Sleeping's not one of them. We stopped waking up at 4 a.m. so we could sleep a little bit longer. And that's probably three years ago. I thought to myself, I was super efficient. Waking up at 4 a.m., you have a different mindset, a different trigger. It's not easy, but your production changes. Like, if I'm going to wake up this early, I'm going to be super productive. Otherwise, I should just sleep. Because I was accepted into this competition, I said, what can I change for me if I'm up at 5? I'm not working till probably 6:30 once I get whatever I'm doing. Could be a workout, supplementation, breakfast. I'm not working for 6:30. And then 7 o'clock-ish, questions start coming in from clients. We have to start putting up posts, and then 8 o'clock comes and it's just chaos of everyone else's problems, that including our employees that you're trying to fix and trying to help with. So I have a very short amount of time to get work done. If I started getting up at 4 and working till 7 or 8, that's 3 to 4 hours of consistent, uninterrupted, hard work, brain work that drives your business and makes you successful. That's what I've been doing. I said, I'm going to do this because I want massive results from this next 90 days that I've been, blessed with, or whatever word you want to add in there. And it's the same for you. We have people that come into a program, they're not a morning person, not waking up any earlier. You're already limiting your results. Like, before you've even started, you've already partially counting yourself out.
One of the things I would like to ask of you guys is that some of you know that I don't run ads on this show and don't plan on in the immediate future. So the only ask I have for you is that you help us spread the word so we can help more women burn body fat, increase energy, and balance their hormones. And the only way that we can do that is if you can rate and review this podcast. So the single thing that I could have you do, or could ask of you, is to leave a review. It'll take 5 minutes or one swipe of the thumb. It would mean the absolute world to me. And more importantly, you could change the world for someone else. As many of you know, there's plenty of women that struggle in this age group for balancing hormones, increasing energy, and burning body fat. So if you could help spread the word, that would make a big difference in our life and probably someone else's as well.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to get up at 4 a.m. to start working out. I'm saying that if you want different results, you have to take different actions. Maybe it's something different. Maybe you're waking up earlier, trying a different food or different process or a different system that in the past you're like, nah, I'm not really interested or not willing to try that. So maybe you come in with a different mindset. I'm going to take these action steps and figure out an answer regardless. You have to look at self-sabotage Wednesday. It was like 10 after 4 and I'm like, 13 weeks. And I was like, 12 more weeks of this. You shake off the cobwebs, and you have self-doubt, right? Self-doubt. I'm not sure I can do this. That's how you know something is worth it. The challenge is worth it. If there's doubt, if it's easy, what's the point? If anyone could do it, if it's not challenging, then I'm not really interested. Being in a community like this takes you to the next level. Those just starting a fitness program, you have a community, and now you have the tools to find success. So that should push you to the next level, and you should put in extra effort. Not like, oh, I'm in this program, I don't have to work anymore. It's not like, oh, they're doing the meal plans, I don't have to create a workout. I'll just go through the motions. That's not going to show you anything. It'd be such a wasted opportunity. It almost makes me emotional thinking about it. What a waste it would be for anyone. And I could probably guarantee that not all the 100 people are going to make it through this 90 days. Because it's intense. They have trainings every day. More value in posts than I've ever seen. And they're here for a reason. Like, I'm talking about the coaches. It's not like, it wasn't an accident that they've been so successful or they're on this platform. It would be such a waste for people that don't make it through and don't continue to put in the work. Because it's hard. It's hard work. and it's consistent, and there's no breaks. And it's the same thing when you're trying to exercise and you eat better. If you take a week or a month off, or if you're good from Monday to Friday and take the weekend off, it's difficult to see consistent results. That's just me being real. I could say, join our program, only work out 3 times a week and you'll be good. That's not truth. That's not going to help you out. You have to understand that there's going to be challenges. And if you're willing to work through them, then you'll see results. And if not, then it's definitely going to be a challenge. I'm going to share my screen with you. My apologies. Those of you that are just listening, or not, I don't mean just listening, but only listening, I'd like to share my screen. Those working with us know what this looks like. We're going to offer a 14-day challenge for those that need a kickstart. This is what our new platform, it's going to be in this platform. And you know what? Even our premium MAT members, a lot of them haven't even come over to check this out yet. We're going to make we have 2 challenges, one for the public, both free, by the way. That's going to prick up some ears. But for our premium members, we're going to run a challenge in this group because we want to encourage them to check this out. This is what the board looks like. We have a welcome post. I'm going to do each week. I'm going to do a recap of all these questions. Great questions. This is the community board. My favorite part is the education area. Many hours to put this together. So we have a start. I just recorded a new video. This is our group coaching calls, some past results. If you want to look at that, this is our MAP University. Rhonda and Colleen, those of you that are new, go through this. Like some of your questions that you've already asked in the community, which you're more than welcome to ask, but they're in the MAP University area. Food substitutions, Colleen, you asked about supplements. This question always comes up about eating out. I don't want this to feel overwhelming. We actually kind of changed. Before we onboarded people, we would ask them to start watching videos. Like start watching videos so you can get yourself set up. That seemed a bit overwhelming and too much for a lot of people. So we've changed that. And we say, you don't have to watch the videos. We'll be here for support. There's tons of great information you should all watch. This calendar here is awesome. I like the calendar because, like to say, for example, we do our group coaching calls on Tuesday. You can click on this calendar and the Zoom link, number 1. And then if you want to add it straight to your personal calendar, this platform is way better than Facebook for learning. No reels, no ads, no stories. You just come here and learn. Check out these top pinned posts. This third one, there's how to use school. Everyone should watch that. You come in and welcome yourself and then start learning. Couldn't be simpler. I appreciate you jumping in, especially with the last minute adjustment. Supplements always confuse me. So many to take. I like to keep it simple. I think that's a good generalization of doing what we believe in. We're consistent with taking a small amount, like a small handful of vitamins and minerals that I feel our bodies need with the top quality. We see when I was in college, I took a whole tackle box full of supplements. Half of them were garbage because I didn't know any better. I didn't have the education, but I do now. So instead of for us, like our goal isn't to have as many supplements as possible. It's to have the best quality with the ones you need. You're seeing your meal plan where we recommend. Did you see where your meal plan is? Yeah. Okay, good. For anyone else, we're going to put that in the start here. We're going to change this up a bit. We're going to improve it. So I just filmed this new video. You can check that one out. But those of you that are newer, you'll scroll down here. And so for our P members, your meal plan is here. The next one unlocks in 28 days. So in 28 days, after you sign up, you're going to get this one here. You're going to get your next block. And then we're going to add coupon codes. Those of you that got in on the early bird, just give us some time. I believe you got to work out some speed bumps with our obstacles with Nick as we figure out. It's a new platform. I love it so far though. Was there anything else? I wanted to mention something. Any questions? Okay. Thanks for joining me. If you want to jump in on the fitness challenge, let us know. If you've already signed up, we're going to run something internally. So hang tight and we'll get it worked out. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.